Hola gente, estamos de vuelta con Marvel Midnight Suns. Acabamos de derrotar a Venom. Fue una pelea
Congratulations.
bastante
New world
difícil.
or not, some things remain unchanged.
Que no han cambiado.
The look. What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of
Pensar
your
en los
enemy,
pasos del enemigo,
courageously
haciendo
risking the
presente tu
lives of
vida,
yourself
tus
and
compañeros.
your teammates,
Vuelve a ser como el
just to
dragón de
play the
fuego.
hero. This is the fire dragon all over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than...
Then the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or
The
less.
One Piece.
We'll talk more later.
Que descanses.
Get some rest.
Habla con Tony Stark. Mapa. ¿Puedo el mapa? Hostia, sí. La abadía, Tony. No puedo marcarlo. Tengo que ir a la abadía.
That was a complete fiasco.
Un fiasco total.
And it would have been far worse had Spider-Man not arrived when he did.
Spider-Man.
No kidding. Caretaker would have been pissed if Venom had actually eaten a hunter.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Don't worry, you'll get there, with a little help.
¿Y ahora dónde?
Your support is appreciated.
Oh, no problem. Already got a few ideas cooking. You're not allergic to mimetic poly... You know what? Never mind. Why spoil the surprise? I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Caretaker over there telling you to get some rest. That sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose I could keep you company on the way, seeing as our rooms are in the same direction and all. Besides, no one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone.
Se asustó Tony. Qué raro, como que
So,
están hablando
here
más
we are.
tiempo.
The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
¿Por qué hablan así?
Thanks for the gift, Tony.
Siempre regalo todo.
I think you'll like it. It's a limited edition.
Es una edición
A
limitada.
limited edition what?
Oh, you'll see. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
Durar todo no, bro.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
Habla el regalo de Tony.
Hi, I'm Tony Stark. But if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding. I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
Primero dejamos que Wanda se fuera y ahora la dejamos morir. Menos héroes. Te aseguro que no es el caso. Te lo enviaron para que protegieras. Ya veo cómo ha salido sobre mi hechicero. Nosotros sabemos que es más complejo, señorita Rasputin. Acepté a Wanda como aprendiz por algo. Ten fe en que se va a cuidar a sí misma. Strange hizo todo lo posible para llegar hasta Wanda, igual que yo y que Hunter, que lo mató un poco liana. Muy pronto la recuperaremos. Wanda debería estar aquí con nosotros. En eso estoy de acuerdo. Ok. Explora tu habitación. Sección el diario. Página de diario. Diario de Hunter, 3 de abril de 1703. Tía Sara quiere que practique con las letras, así que aquí estoy. Sin embargo, cada vez que sumerjo esta pluma en tinta, más ganas me dan de cruzar el patio e ir a mis escondites secretos. Dejé mis muñecas por ahí, tiradas antes de la tormenta. Me temo que les haya pasado algo. ¿Las muñecas son rencorosas? Agatha dice que no lo son. Aún así, siento lástima por ellas.
My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again.
Las colecciones de objetos para obtener recompensas especiales. Tendré que buscar muñecas.
We were all so happy then.
Con sabueso. Salió más. Sabueso.
There was never enough room for my armor in this thing.
El brillo que ganes en las misiones lo puedes gastar en desbloquear nuevas opciones cosméticas para Hunter y los héroes incluidos atuendos para usarlos en la abadía. Selecciona y compra ahora un nuevo atuendo de la abadía para Hunter. Joder, todos. ¿Cuál más peor? 50. Vale, como Perrito.
Charlie!
Charlie.
I know. I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh,
it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. But I also know the
Pero
battle
también
that
con
rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the Forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something. This was a lot easier when it was just you and I beheading the Dark Legion as we traipsed through the woods.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could. Charlie was restless all night. I should have known.
Actuando al rescate del último segundo, aleja al monstruo del moco carnívoro y salva a la ciudad de Nueva York. Voy a decirlo ya. Es el asombroso Spider-Man. Demasiadas palabras. No os dejéis engañar por sus palabras ni por el pijama rojo y azul. Spider-Man no se anda con tonterías. Vaya, parece que alguien ha hecho un amiguito. Es el enemigo de un enemigo. Empiezo a pensar que no tendré bien tomar más de esos. Esa es la actitud que esperaba ver. Los Vengadores siempre aceptan un compañero de equipos raritos. Ya sabe quién se preocupa. El primer espíritu de equipo de este mes, Blade, se preocupa. La viene a entrenar. ¿Qué dice? Spider-Man y sus asombrosos amigos lanzan al monstruo contra la ciudad. Ya, hay que bajar leerlo.
Who is a good girl? It is my Charlie girl.
¿Aquí se lo puedo cambiar la ropa? Ah, puedo comprar hueá. Entonces supongo que voy a recibir harta de esas cosas. Harto brillo. Ay, el teléfono no cuesta esto. Vamos a cortarnos el pelo, vamos a ir decente por la vida. Y afeitar un poco la barba. A ver si esa, pero eso después. Ahora volvimos a la sociedad, po. Y tenemos a Charlie. Vamos a ir a ver qué. Ay, ay, ay.
Next thing I know, the sanctum is airborne and covered in slime.
I don't...
Heard you had a nightmare. In the words of a Kamihito.
Now? Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The Forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Pat.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered, well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think it could have used a cloak.
Stylish, damn near indestructible, and we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration.
I still think it could have benefited from a cloak.
I think everything could benefit from a cloak.
Something about the whole alien thing threw off his mojo.
I do not. Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
Physically, I am fine. However, I do feel some
Grogginess, a tinge of nausea, sense of memory loss upon time of passing, watery or itchy eyes, common side effects when one is pulled back into the light. Believe me, I know. If any other symptoms arise, you can always tell me. Particularly if you develop a craving for brains. I have a cream for that. In any event, I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired. The sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost. Swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
Lilith's power has placed a dark shroud over us all, Doctor. You are not alone in this.
Your words are appreciated. Still, I must not allow the underlying truth of the situation to become shrouded as well. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday. It was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
A creature on the roof. You have run into it before.
Unfortunately, yes. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically...
My mother has a gift for bringing out the world.
Yes, and in this case, I happen to be the direct victim of her ambition.
Tell me about your sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell.
In your time, I'm sure you encountered a variety. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly...
And no one has ever broken the spell?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is one of the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
How did Wanda
¿Cómo
come
llegó
into you?
Wanda's
La
story
historia de
is
Wanda está
quite
aquí.
tragic.
Yo
There was an
quien la
accident
mata.
on the
No
Abbey
somos
grounds
solo
not long
un
ago.
accidente en la abadía. Agatha estuvo involucrada. Agatha.
I feel like everyone is avoiding mention of Agatha.
I can't say I'm
No
surprised, but I'm afraid it's
sorprenderla,
really not my
permitimos, porque no
place.
es tuya.
You should speak to
Solo
Sarah
pensaba
about her.
sobre ella, cuando creas conveniente.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
No tengo por qué hablar.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, Bob?
Es el veredicto. Estos son pocos.
I will reserve judgment until I...
There's a 99.9% chance you'll be fine.
Reventa.
Or it'll bust at the
Se caerá
seams and fall off
entre
mid-battle.
los de
Word of advice? Either way, you're now the most advanced hybrid of tech and magic on Earth since old Doc Doom himself. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your... I'm betting you have questions, so...
I take it this new version is a technological...
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
I thought the old one was pretty nice.
So did Venom. I think he's still picking a few pieces of it from his teeth.
Is all this magic a threat to your...
Might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
But you and the doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then. He's not talking to his king.
You must have an interesting origin.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous social tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head. I was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a super suit and started fighting crime.
Y comencé a combatir el crimen. Entonces todo salió bien al final.
You seem well adjusted enough.
Exactly. Which means there's hope for you yet. I find these apocalypse scenarios will save you tons of therapy.
Seen
¿Has
anything?
visto alguna cosa rara aquí
Other than my
aparte de mi
roommate?
habitación?
Boom! But on a more serious note,
Pero
this
ahora en serio
place
ese sitio
is
está embrujado.
legitimate.
Los espejos te dan
Mirrors
una
look
mirada.
vintage. My
Esa
room
habitación
rearranges
se
itself,
apenas
and
sola y
we're
lo peor de todo
magic.
son los gatos mágicos.
I'm sure there were...
Oh, true. I could be rooming next to Carol.
Podría convocar.
Her snoring is
Sus
loud enough to wake the
ronquidos
dead.
despertarían a los muertos.
Really, really
A la
tired.
gente
Don't get me
muerta.
wrong. I'm happy we have a
Bueno,
place
pero
free
es
from
malaika
Lilith's
que no puede
influence.
vivir en influencia de mientras aguante. ¿Qué
What
dices?
sort of
¿Qué tipo de
things
cosas
are you
estás
doing?
haciendo?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while.
Ya es mucho
Basically,
tiempo
we've got a
atrás.
gigantic
Básicamente
demon
en
inside
esta
the
caja
magic
mágica
box
tenemos
here that
una
provides
obra
near
gigante
limitless
que nos
power for
proporciona
whatever
magia
we might
ilimitada
need.
para cualquier cosa que
Sounds
necesitemos.
insane, but
Parece una locura,
sometimes it's
pero a
easier to
veces
just
lo
go
más
with it.
fácil es dejarse llevar. Parece un poco peligroso.
I am
Estoy impresionado contigo.
From where you're standing, I
Sí,
can see that.
pero veo perfectamente desde
Still,
aquí.
I doubt I'll be branding one of
Aún
these with
así,
the Stark
dudo que lo
Industries
vaya a
logo
poner en el
anytime
logotipo de
soon.
nuestro Stark en el futuro cercano.
Thanks for catching me
Eso
up on
como
things.
normal día.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things,
Hablando de eso,
if you have a minute, meet me
si
at the
tienes un
anvil over
minuto,
there and I'll
ve
walk you
ahí
through
a
it.
donde
I
está
promise
el
it'll be worth your
búnker
time.
y te explicaré todo al respecto. Te prometo que no perderás tu tiempo. El yunque. Toma que un cajito. El yunque. Acá.
Hunter, buddy, talk to me.
Análisis de bucles. Hasta lo que me
Now, I doubt
Dudo
advanced
que la
gamma
termodinámica
thermodynamics
gama
was a hot
avanzada
topic
haya
at
importado en la
Demon
vieja
Hunting
academia de
School, so
cazademonios.
I'm
Así
just
que
gonna
te
give you the
contaré una
condensed
versión
version.
resumida.
I appreciate that.
Te lo agradezco.
Closest I've ever
Lo más
seen to
parecido
this
que he visto
substance
a
is
esta
pumping through
sustancia
Bruce's
es la
veins.
criatura por las venas de
Gamma
Bruce,
accelerant,
una
part
mezcla de
unknown
acelerante
element.
gamma y un elemento
Calling it
desconocido.
coil for now,
Por
given
ahora
its
se
unique
llamará
atomic
bucle,
structure.
dada su estructura
Man, I love acronyms.
atómica única.
This
Vamos a
stuff
darle.
is more volatile
Esta cosa
than
es
Nick
más volátil
Fury
que
on a
Nick
Monday
Fury
morning.
en un lunes
But
por la mañana,
Hydra doesn't seem to
pero
mind.
no parece que le importa a
They're
Hydra.
using it to get
La
stronger.
usan para hacerse más
Exactly.
fuerte, exacto.
A few drops
Unas
would make
pocas
your
gotas
average
bastan para
salamander look
transformar
like
una
Fin
lagartija en
Fang
fin
Foom.
fan pum.
Thankfully, with a
Por
little
suerte,
help from
gracias a la
Dr.
ayuda del
Spooky
Dr.
and
Rarito
our
y
haunted
de
oven
nuestro horno
over here,
embajado, le
I think two can
daremos
play at this game.
peso
We're
medicinal.
not suggesting
Dicen
we
que
start
nos
injecting
inyectaremos estas
ourselves
cosas.
with it.
No, nada de eso. Yo pensaba
nothing like
usarla para
that.
coger nuestro
Though I
equipamiento.
can see some
Y
future
quizás
applications
en
for
mi
my
línea de
energy
bebidas
drink line.
energéticas.
I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and
No
I can whip
pierdo
up some
tiempo y
pretty fun
apañaré
toys.
algún jueguito
How about we
divertido
give
para
Hydra a
ayudar
taste of their own
a
gamma-powered
probar de su
medicine for a
medicina
change?
chutada con gamma.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing
Analizar los
going?
bucles gamma. Tony Stark puede usar el material de bucle recuperado en combate para crear habilidades de héroe. Solo se puede seleccionar en una de las habilidades que se ofrecen,
Another
así que
magical
elige
mystery
con
box.
cuidado.
And to think, I used to
Analizar
design
bucle.
sentient future tech. No problem. Got some
Cargar
upgrades
nuevas
for you,
habilidades.
hot off the press. Or
Retroceso
forge.
contundente en cualquier dirección. Rapidez. Seleccionar una. Esta está buena.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet
Habilidades
me
de
in
los
the
héroes.
yard.
Has obtenido una copia de una habilidad equipada actualmente. Si llevas las habilidades repetidas al patio, las puedes combinar en versiones nuevas y más poderosas. ¡Epa! Tengo que juntar cartas entonces. Comprendo. Está muy bien. Carta de la estrella. Noah se alza en el cielo estrellado, rodeado de sus estrellas que representan el apoyo de su equipo. Esta carta simboliza la serenidad y la esperanza del protagonista. ¿Por qué esta carta? Son las cartas del juego de Marvel Snap. La luna, Moon Knight. Caballero Luna oculta una verdadera identidad tras una capa de sombra y esta carta representa el engaño pero también la creatividad del desconocido.
Interesting.
Vamos a ir a ver la pleita. Ya, si aquí se investiga. Y aquí se entrena.
Welcome to the
Te
yard.
presento el patio.
At least
Así lo
that's what
llamamos
we're
ahora al
calling it
menos.
these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your
Cuidadora me
training.
ha encargado de entrenar.
Too bad she didn't
Lástima
listen
que
to me
no
yesterday.
hiciera caso a
Now
ella.
that we know what
Ahora
we're
que
up
sabemos
against,
a lo que nos
I think we can
enfrentamos,
all
creo que
use the
todos nos iría
practice.
bien practicar.
Any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta? Sí, sobre ti.
I did,
La
but they
tengo,
are about you.
pero son sobre ti.
Right when it's time to
Justo
train?
cuando toca entrenar.
From all
Pero
Sarah
no solo
told
mucho de
us
ti.
about
Pero
you,
nunca dijo que le gustara holgazanear. Dame el gusto. Pues claro que no.
I learn faster if I
Yo más rápido
understand the
entiendo a los
person.
personajes.
I can respect that.
Eso es respetable.
Go ahead.
Adelante. Sobre ti.
Can I ask about...
I guess.
Ah, no me da nombre. Sí, pero sí. ¿Cuántos años tienes?
What brought you to the
Trabajo en la
Abbey?
abadía.
Caretaker.
Cuidadora.
About
Hace
10
unos
years
10
ago,
años
she
me
brought me
devolvió al
back
mundo
to the
real.
real world.
Me dio un lugar
Gave me a place to
al
stay
que
until
quedarme
I
hasta ahora
came back to
que
myself.
recuperé la compostura.
Did she ever say
Dale,
why?
Jorge.
She said she thought
Dijo
I'd
que
be
sería
able to
capaz
kill
de
more
matar a más
vampires if I was
vampiros
acting
por-
on more
por
than
tu
just
instinto.
instinct. But I
Eso
know
fue
it was more than
sé
that.
que fue por más que eso.
She gave me safe
Me ofreció un
haven
refugio
here at
aquí
the
en la
Abbey.
abadía.
Something
Algo
I'd
que
never
nunca había
known.
conocido.
Must have read half the
Conseguí
books in the
leer
library by the time I headed out.
la biblioteca.
So when she reached out
Que
and
cuando
asked me to be
contactó
part of this
conmigo para
weird
formar
little
parte de este
club, of
extraño
course
y
I
querido
showed
club,
up.
no pude negarme.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a...
Guess I never found the right.
Is that...
No, but that's all I'll share for now. If I trust you, I'll have...
Thanks, Glade.
Sure.
Entonces, interactuar. Mejorar
No
habilidades.
pain, no gain.
Si un héroe... no pain, no gain. Si un héroe posee dos copias de una habilidad, pueden combinarse para crear una nueva versión
I
más
think we've
poderosa.
got something for everyone.
Tengo hasta que sangre.
All right.
hace, Capitán
Like the way
Marvel?
you move out there, Hunter. Guess Doctor Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol. Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
You
Pero
can
puedes
call
llamarme
me.
Capitán
Kidding.
Marvel.
Carol's fine.
Carol Danvers.
Just thought I'd throw a bone
Mira,
to the
puede hacer
Avengers
por
PR
tu
team.
RP,
Not gonna lie,
Mira,
throwing a few rounds
dar
in
un par de
Vampire
vueltas
Guy's
en la
Magic
cúpula
Thunderdome
mágica
sounds like
del vampiro
fun,
teníamos
but
mucho, pero
we've got
tenemos
bigger fish to
peces
fry.
más grandes
Well,
que
not so much
no tan
fish as that
grandes como
ginormous
esos
and
monstruos
vulnerable
como una
sewer
ley muy
monster
grande
that
de las
swallowed the
alcantarillas que se
sanctum.
ha tragado el santuario. Bueno, a ver, vamos a entrar.
The venom
Ese
creature
que
surprised me
me pilló
before.
por sorpresa. No lo volveré a
That
hacer.
thing's tougher than a
Ese
flirkin'
bicho es
furball.
más duro que
You better
todo lo
steer
demás.
clear of him and his
Flerken.
creepy Strange Caretaker and the rest of the funky bunch
Pero
can try
podrían-
and
pueden
magic
intentar
their
hacer
way
magia
through
para
that shield
traspasar
all
ese
they
escudo.
want.
¿Cuánto queda?
If my time
Si
as a
mis
pilot
días
taught me
debido
one
a
thing,
aprender
it's
que a
that
veces
sometimes
tienes
you've got,
que probar
as in
otras cosas,
Hydra,
como Hydra.
they've got to know the way
Tienen que saber
inside.
cómo entrar.
Steve's always said they aren't much
Steve
for
siempre
talking.
dice que ya no le
Then
gusta
again,
mucho hablar,
I'm told
que
I
ya
can be
viene
rather
volando, puede
persuasive
ser
when I need to
bastante
be.
persuasivo cuando hace frío.
Well, if there is any time to put your powers of persuasion to work, now is the time.
Trust me, Hunter, I'm looking forward to it. Hydra's been a thorn in me and Steve's asses for years. Can't wait to remove them for good. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, welcome back from the dead.
Todavía te da la bienvenida. Encuentra a Carol Danvers en la sala de guerra.
Hey,
Como que...
What's up?
Thanks, Blade.
No hicimos absolutamente nada. Mejor habilidades. Ya, para mejorar necesito, claro.
do your thing.
Yo creo que podemos seguir nomás con la historia, como si esto ya no
Glad to see you're adjusting.
veo más lejos que eso. Esto, esencia de toque. ¿Cuánto me llevo? 31 minutos de gameplay puro. Esto era algo pajero igual del
Nothing is
juego.
certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say gamma?
Yes.
The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green
I
guy.
heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
Hang on a second. Come on, Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light years off. This should be easy.
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards developed.
Ah, sí o sí van esto. Entiendo. Bueno, vamos a una misión por gente. A buscar el refugio.
Let's see. trench coat, sunglasses at night, brooding personality. Something tells me these midnight warehouse raids are pretty normal.